I think we're good. I think we are good. I think no problems there. I think that was us for another ending that we have already gotten. The first ending that we got with the whole bullshit happening. I guess that's the ending that I was talking about. So we have gotten two endings by now. We have gotten the Monica deletes everything ending, and no, technically, is that considered a third ending then? So far as I can tell. So I'm gonna go with three endings. So we've gotten one ending where just Monica, that's one ending. There's one ending where nothing, everything get deleted by Monica, and until unless those two are one endings, then whatever, just Monica ending. And then this one that we're going for with Natsuki, I'm not gonna go through with this all the way through. I'm just gonna get through with the act 2, where eventually Natsuki is either going to kill me or she's going to kill herself like Yuri did, and then we're gonna go back and reset the whole thing, and we're gonna go for another ending after that. And after that, that should be it. I think that should be all this game has to do for ourselves at least. And I might go check out the other ending. I'm not gonna go 100%. I said all endings, not 100% and everything. And I don't know if I want to do the trust side stories. I'll try one out. If it's like interesting, I might do the whole thing. Otherwise, I'm more than likely just not gonna do the side story. You know what? I'm not even gonna do the side story. Fuck the side stories. If you wanna see the side story, play it yourself or go watch someone else, because I am not interested in the side stories. I'm more interested in how interesting the game itself is rather than the technicalities of it around it. Let's see. You're certainly enthusiastic today, of course. I like your writing. I'm just surprised. Seems like you had a lot of trouble admitting that before. Well, of course, I just had to put you in your little place a little bit. It's not like I was shy or anything stupid like that or jealous. I really wasn't jealous just because you happen to be a good writer. That's because it's such a dumb thing to get jealous about. Natsuki, what? You're not very confident about your writing, are you? What are you talking about? My writing is obviously the best, right? It took me a while to figure out, but I think I finally did. Maybe Natsuki acts arrogant because she's trying to make up for her own insecurities. She acts like she's the best. Then other people might think that way too, right, Blood? Please just tell me you like my poems. I don't care if you hate them. Just tell me I'm the best. I just really need to hear that for someone. I know I sound stupid, but there's a reason I never shared my poems before this, Natsuki, because nobody ever takes me seriously. That's the point in sharing my poems. If people just laugh and say they're so cute, just like you, Natsuki. Sometimes don't want it to be cute, but nobody understands that. I try really hard when I write. The style doesn't matter. The emotions are there. But I can't even see that. I just want Natsuki trails off because it's maybe it's because her lips started to quiver. Look down. Her fists are clenched tightly. I mean, that is true. They're clenched tightly. Natsuki, if you're not careful, you'll rip your own poem. I gently grab the poem with my own hand until she relaxes her grip on it. I place it flat on the desk, smooth out the wrinkles that she put into it. Don't read it. Before I can pick it up, Natsuki snatches the poem from the desk. If it's not any good, and I know you hate my poems. If you don't have to read this one, okay? But I want to read it. Why? Because I like your poems. I really do. Why would I judge you for your style? It's not like my own writing style is anything crazy. I mean, it's true that the first time I read one of your poems, I don't look too much into it, but I know you better now, and it's wrong for Yuri to think your style is more amateur than hers. Sorry, she always means well, but sometimes she's focused on simple happiness. She doesn't understand what people really want. I guess I never really thought about how hard it is for you. I'm sorry if I was part of that problem. I understand now. And you're not just cute, you're a lot more than that. Natsuki, you're doing it again. Once again, Natsuki clutches the poem a little too hard. She looks down, hiding her eyes from me. I never realized how difficult this was for her, but finally she forces herself to extend her arms and set a poem on the table. You can read it. Just turn that way. I don't want you to look at my face right now. Okay, I will. Because you. Tomorrow will be brighter with me around, but when today is dim, I can only look down. This is a different poem. I don't think this is I think this is a new poem. Tomorrow will be brighter with me around, but when today is dim, I can only look down. My looking is a little more forward because you look at me. When I want to say something, I say it with a shout. But my truest feelings can never come out. My words are a little less empty because you listen to me. If something is above me, I reach for the stars, and when I feel small, I don't get very far. My standing is a little bit taller. Because you sit with me. I believe in myself with all of my heart, and what do I do when it's torn all apart? My faith is a little bit stronger because you trusted me. My pen always puts my feeling to the test. I'm not a good writer, but my best is my best. My poems are a little bit dearer because you think of me. Because you. Look at that. See, she can do it, right? The first poem had meaning behind it, but I didn't like the writing style. This is pretty good. I'm not gonna say it's Yuri level good, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Or Monica level good, but it's pretty fucking good. It's on the level of Sari at this point. Why are you looking at me like that? If you don't like it, just say it. I won't get mad. It's not that I don't like it. I just a little surprised to read it. I guess I'm not used to hearing such nice things coming from you. Don't just say that, dummy. What do you think the point of writing is? Explaining things that you can't just say. Oh, so this is a love letter. Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry for missing the point sometimes. I always mean well, and I'm happy that you showed this one to me. I'm guessing my poem is not something that everyone else wants to see, so they're probably not going to give me the option, but who knows, we'll see. I liked it. Well, yeah, I'm a pro, so Natsuki mumbles, completely failing to sound confident like she usually does. Just remember that I can think these things sometimes too. You know, when you're nice to me, it's meaningful. I'm glad. Sensing Natsuki satisfied, I start to hand the poem back to her. But as I do, Natsuki takes my hand and pushes them back away. Her small, softer hand surprised me with her assertion. I don't want it. Huh? Why not? I just don't. Jeez. I realize that Natsuki is doing. Unable to be honest, she's trying to give me the poem in a roundabout way. And in that case, I'm going to keep it. Instead of teasing her, I chose to go along with it. Good. If you didn't, I would. Never mind. I'm glad that you wanted. Natsuki backpedals to her words and leaves it as it is. Despite her best efforts to hide her expression, I can see her faintly smiling to herself. That's all for now. So go put it away before someone else sees it. Okay, yeah, I'll go do that. With that, I return to my seat so I can put away Natsuki's poem. Alright, who should I show my poem to next? Let's go with Monica. See if she has anything to say. Hi, Blood. Have you thought about when you submit to the performance? We'll see. Well, having this club, one thing, performance in front of other people is going to be difficult. No pressure, great pressure, loads of pressure. You're going to be crushed with the pressure. There's some crushing fetish right now. Natsuki style once more, I see. You like Natsuki, don't you? No, oh, come on, Blood. It's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her in the club room every day, pretending to be like manga that she's into. You know how Natsuki is. If I don't indulge her, she'll end up hating me. Huh? No, I think you're misunderstanding, Blood. It's not like Natsuki just hates anyone who doesn't give her what she wants. Yeah, she's assertive, but she's not that selfish. In fact, I think you're the only one who's indulging her as much as you have. Is that so? I kind of knew that, but I just didn't want to admit it. So I just need to ask you one more thing. Be careful, please. Natsuki is kind of unpredictable. A lot of times she doesn't know what she wants. After all, she's the youngest one here. She might not know how to handle her own feelings properly. What I'm saying is, if something bad happens, then it could end up damaging the club too. You wouldn't do that to me, right? I'm not sure how to respond to Monica. But I do understand what she says now. I didn't understand in the first act before. But I care about her in the club. It's also kind of unfair to bring that up. Well, you're smart. I'm sure you do the right thing. Monica smiles sweetly. Anyway, I'll share my poems with you now, alright? Alright. Lady who knows everything. Yeah, she's talking about herself at this point. I'm not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat and push me and pick up a gust of wind. This is a pretty good poem, by the way. Not my type of poem, but it was definitely a good poem. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of thing that give life meaning. Not to get philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if you had all the answers, wouldn't the words start to lose meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It's like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? I mean, Sayuri wrote something about eating and stuff like that. Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know it better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional. Yeah, that. This was a good line. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put your heart into it. So much into it. Writing shares a lot of easier, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Advice for the day. That's it. So let's go with Yuri. I don't know how she's going to respond. She's just going to be like, I don't want to read it. Yeah, Natsuki did say, I don't want to read it. Yuri doesn't look too enthusiastic about spending time with me. If she changes her mind, she'll come to me. But I should leave it be for now. Yeah, same thing. Should my poem too, Sayori. What is she gonna be like? It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you didn't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Natsuki. Huh? I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. You definitely wasn't hoping that. You're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thanks, Blood. Sorry. Is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright. You just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with anyone, everyone else. If you insist, yay, I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sorry. Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well. I think this should be the same scene where she was just like almost everyone's balance throws off a little when she's not around. And she's gonna be a simple talking. Is there anything new? Yuri's experience suddenly changes as she stares at the desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, it just leaves you blood. The one who is truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, yeah. So let's see. And it's going to be like we can help all these ladies. So we're gonna go with Natsuki. Well, baking sounds like it could be fun, but you guys made it sound a lot of work, so it could probably use it could probably use 2 people. Don't worry, baking is a ton of fun. You definitely agree, huh? Just a minute ago you were saying that. That's because never mind. Okay, well, anyway, you'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course, I'm used to it after all. Okay, that's just awkward. That's good. Even though Yuri is being melodramatic, it's kind of a little hard not to feel bad. That was fucking ridiculous. Fucking hell. So that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about? No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited? Yes, everything except the performance is going to be awesome. I don't think that really counts. What about you, Blood? Me? I guess I could say I'm interested in how this will turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? She's still sulking, blah blah blah. Natsuki starts pouting too. It's not a big deal or anything. Well, it might not just be that. I think that Yuri might just be feeling a little underappreciated in general, having to come up with something to do for her to do, then nobody offering to help. Why are we talking about that? Doesn't mean. Natsuki glances back and forth with everyone with a worried expression. Look, Natsuki goes over and puts her hand down Yuri's shoulder. Yuri, you really are the most talented one here, and you're going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too. You're gonna make the atmosphere special. That's really important for the way that people feel during the performances. So you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit. Natsuki releases her hands and turn around to face the other direction. By the way, we might not get all the endings as I was hoping, because it's a little it's a lot of work going into like going again back and forth for a little stuff that I don't really want to get into, because I'm going for like specific things. Like I'm going for Natsuki all the way, right? I went for Yuri all the way. I'm going to go for Sayori all the way and Monica as well. But I don't want to go for like little things like I do one night I do for Sayori, one night I do for Natsuki, I do one night for Yuri. That would be just kind of awkward for me. So I don't want to get into every little nook and cranny of this game to get every single piece of dialogue. But for the most part, we're gonna get all the major endings there is to get. We're not gonna get through every single little bit of dialogue here and there, hidden here and there. Releases a hand, turns around to face the other direction. You didn't mean that, did you? Not really, but Yuri isn't the only one I surprised. Monica and I are also taken by Natsuki's words. Natsuki all people to be saying such encouraging things, but I begin to understand. Natsuki was just trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she's tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this, because Sayori always helps anyone smile and feel good about themselves. Sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best, and all of us are going to make it really great event. Yeah. Like the little thing I was talking about, like I went with Natsuki for 3 events, right? And then in this choice making section, if I went with Yuri, what would happen? Is she just going to be like, I don't need your help or some shit like that? She's gonna be like, what the fuck, why aren't you helping me? Or like she's just going to be weirded out in general. So that's kind of weird. That I'm not sure if that's how it's gonna go, but we'll see. So these little things we're not going to be looking into. I'm not going to go for every little nook and cranny. I'm not fucking Mad Pat over here looking for every little detail there is and every little piece of dialogue there is. So we're just going to go for the general endings and whatnot. I've already gone beyond the limit of general ending as far as I can tell. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Okay, but I'm staying here a little bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today, so fair enough. There's nothing wrong with that. When packs on the stuff, I start to follow Monica and Yuri out of the door, so they chat between each other. Where are you going? We still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gotten home and realized that you didn't even have a way to contact me. Well, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind. Geez, good thing I stopped you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You better not make it weird or anything. Why would I do that? Okay, Natsuki gives me their number. Okay, I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients. Wait, are you coming to my house? Well, yeah. What's wrong with that? I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I would be going to your house. Yeah, right. Like I could have a guy over at my house. My dad would kill me. Really? That's kind of strict if you ask me. Yeah. How do you think? How do you think I feel? I can't do anything when my dad is home. So she had dad issues. I was thinking Yuri had one, but no.